Happy June 1st, or should I say Happy Pride Month. Just kidding, I'm not here to kick off Pride Month. I'm actually here to tell you that in light of Pride Month, there is a national LGBTQ fund that pays bail for criminals and illegal immigrants that identify as gay, lesbian, transgender, queer, the works. Whatever the plus sign stands for, because I don't even know what it means anymore. Now, let's back it up for a quick second. Did you know that presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy has a sister named Carrie Kennedy, and she actually runs the RFK Human Rights Organization? I didn't know. Did you? Cool. We both don't know. Well, RFK Human Rights, it sounds nice, right? In theory, but not. This organization receives funding from not only several questionable activist organizations, but also from the renowned institutions like Columbia University, Howard University, and NYU. Now, talk about the indoctrination station that we already live in. So you're probably wondering, what's this RFK Human Rights Organization have to do with this LGBTQ Pride Fund? Well, you follow the money, and if you follow the money, everything starts to make sense. Well, this RFK organization works with the National LGBTQ Freedom Fund. So am I overreacting? How misguided is this fund? Well, here's the stats they claim to justify bailing out criminals and illegal immigrants. They say that 4 in 10 transgender prisoners are sexually abused. Now you're probably thinking, there's always jokes about prison pockets, this isn't a shock to me at all, because even the straight people, allegedly the straight people, dabble while they're in the prisons. If they can get away with it, you're alone, your needs are not being met physically. I don't know. This stat makes sense. Does it justify a bail fund? I don't think so. Let's move on. 1 in 2 homeless children identify as LGBTQ. Okay, now you're probably thinking, well, they're all running away from home because they've been told their whole lives that there's no place for them, that they're not accepted, that they're a victim, that they need a safe space, that they are not accepted from society. So go figure. Continuing on. 50% of gay homeless people have been or will be incarcerated. Well, going back to the last stat, you're pitching a tent on property that you can't. That's not legal. Makes sense to me. If you're running away and you have nowhere to go, this all checks out. So again, do you need a bail fund for that? For criminals, for illegal immigrants, based on just those stats? Probably not. Not to mention that according to PBS in 2023, about 1.3 million legal immigrants and 300,000 illegal immigrants identify as LGBTQ. And I would do that as well, because you can claim asylum considering that other countries actually make it illegal and punishable by death to be gay. This all checks out to me, but I digress. Let's go back to who actually funds this organization. Well, donors of this fund, again, why do we see everything infiltrating all aspects of our daily life? Well, this comes from big tech and Hollywood, asserting themselves into culture so that we all bend the knee. Now, cue Colin Kaepernick, because he's actually, surprise, one of their big donors. Now, who else is a donor? Let's run through it. There's Hearst Media Company. Now, if you think about Hearst Media Company, that's a TV company that reaches 24 million households. Google. Everyone used Google. A bit of an oddball one is Adam Lambert and the band All Time Low. I mean, I didn't know that they had enough of a fan base to donate ticket sale earnings to this fund, so that was a bit of a shock. Microsoft. Big pockets, big donors. Paris Hilton, not being hot, and the Hilton Foundation. Miley Cyrus, that one actually made me upset, because after her vocal cord situation, I've been a secret fan listening to her music for a while. Wayfair, we all know how we feel about Wayfair. And then last, but certainly not least on the list that I'd like to give, is the Tides Foundation. Now, does that ring a bell to any of you? Ever hear of them? Because they actually raised more than $33 million on behalf of Black Lives Matter. And BLM this May of 2024 is suing on the basis that they never received that $33 million from Tide. So trouble in paradise, I would say. What are you gonna do? But anyway, money talks, and this is such a classic case of big pockets painting the town Roy G. Biv. Happy Pride, everybody. Shocker.